Janet wanted to know. She says she has polycystic kidney disease, and this will help her. So it sounds like.
Yeah. Boy, if you could explain what that is, by the way.
Well, let's explain what it is.
For those of us lay people.
A cyst is a big pimple. That's really what it is, and it's an inside pimple. Just like we get pimples from infections on our face, we have the same thing occurring internally if the body is not antiseptic, if it's not clean enough. Now, let's go back and explain how these things often occur. The lymphatic system, which is a major filter system of the body, and more important than that, the endocrine system, the lymphatic system, creates most of your immune system cells, which are the protectors of the body. Now, with all of that said, how the filtration or the cleansing of the body occurs with the lymphatic system is through sodium, and not the kind of sodium you get in Celtic salt or crystal salt or sea salt or table salt, organic sodium. Now, what does that mean? Well, here in Florida, where I live, we have coconut palm trees, and anyone who raises coconut palm trees are told, go out and take table salt and stick a whole load of it next to the coconut tree, and then I thought, well, my God, that's going to kill the coconut tree. But it doesn't. What happens is that sodium is converted through the root system to usable organic sodium. So when you're drinking, as an example, coconut water or eating a plant, from Florida especially, where we have a lot of sodium in the soil, sand and soil here, you're getting organic sodium that acts as the antiseptic agent between the lymphatic system. Now let's go back again. Polycystic, which they try to always say is genetic and this and that, has that component, but it can be squelched by cleaning up the lymphatic system, and cleaning it up is not only through good diet and everything we've talked about, but also exercise and movement. One of the most interesting things is you look at any normal man. When we're given a baby, we throw a baby up in the air. Now, I remember as a little boy, I looked at my uncle who was like insane. He had 6 kids, and I'd see my Aunt Jo yelling and screaming, stop doing it! And he'd be throwing the kids up, and they'd be laughing, and they'd be hitting the ceiling. He'd be catching them. I remember thinking to myself at 10 years old, I'll never do that. Well, guess what? I have 4 children, and every time Anna Maria, my wife, wasn't around, what was I doing? Now, men instinctually want to throw children. Why? Because it's one of the things that God relegated us to do as men for the development of children's lymphatic system. Isn't that interesting? And so as you go up and down, you raise and collapse, making larger like a muscle would, the lymphatic system, and pumping it so it has more what? Sodium going through the body. So doing things like trampoline exercises or gentle elliptical type of exercises where you're not pounding the body is going to have that all occur and start to get that sodium pump, as we call it, working very well in the human body. Now, the other thing I have to say to you is that you have to look at these things supplementally. And every time you look at them supplementally, each case is a little different. So you would take the medical records and everything that we would do here and establish what, if any, supplementation or electromagnetic or oxygen therapies or God knows what else we throw into the mix there would be most effective in helping to reduce those large pimples, cysts, that are in the kidney in this particular case. That's how you start to work on it. Now, if you don't do something about it, as you know, this can be a very dangerous problem, because if it gets so much and you have such a complicated amount within a certain area, the organ stops working.